Hello and welcome. This is Africa in 10 minutes, where we bring to you trending business news from around the continent this week. Courtesy Footprint to Africa. I am Mike Mesikeno. It's great to have you on the show. Now let's take a look at the highlights for this week. Botswana Power Corporation signs a GE Power contract. Tony Elumelu Foundation signs research partnership agreement with French Development Bank. MTN in Nigeria may shut down network over NLC picketing. African Trade Insurance Agency to pay $2.5 million in dividends. AFDB pledges to assist Nigeria bridge infrastructure financing gap. And Diamond Prospectors shut down operations in Lesotho. And now the stories. GE Power's Grid Solution business, a subsidiary of the multinational power company GE, has this week announced the signing of its first contract with Botswana Power Corporation, the state-owned electricity distributor. The deal is part of a Southern African nation's commitment to provide its energy users with access to affordable energy services. The contract, which was unveiled this July but signed on May 24, 2018, will also help Botswana improve its grid efficiency. GE Power is a world energy leader that provides technology, solutions, and services across the entire energy value chain from the point of generation to consumption. The group has operations in over 150 countries across the globe. The Tony Elumelu Foundation, the leading philanthropy organization in Africa, has signed a research partnership agreement with Agence Française de Développement, the French Development Bank, in a bid to empower entrepreneurs in West Africa. The agreement established a research partnership to examine the entrepreneurship ecosystem in West Africa, with a special focus on Francophone countries, a risk-sharing guarantee framework, and access to high-level mentors for TEF entrepreneurs. Ahead of the signing, French President Emmanuel Macron urged stakeholders to prioritize the role of entrepreneurship in driving Africa's economic development. Speaking at an exclusive session hosted by the Tony Elumelu Foundation in Lagos this July, Macron offered a bold and new vision of Africa's relationship with France. He advocated for a new partnership prioritizing the role of entrepreneurship in driving Africa's renaissance, highlighting the importance of the private sector and, most importantly, saying Africa's future was and should be in Africa's hands. Macron spoke at an interactive session in front of 2,000 alumni of the Tony Elumelu Foundation, who sought advice from the youthful president on how to grow their businesses, reach European markets amidst rising nationalism and emerging trade wars, and the secrets of his political success. There is a strong indication that if the picketing of its companies by the NLC continues, telecom company MTN Nigeria may shut down its network. This undoubtedly will have untold consequences on the economy, as millions of Nigerian subscribers and other telecom service providers connected to its network will be down and out. The umbrella body of the telecom operators in Nigeria, the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators in Nigeria, ALTON, has threatened that it will advise its members to consider preventive shutdown in order to avoid further damage to network facilities if nothing is done to checkmate the situation. In a release signed by the chairman of the association, Engineer Gbenga Adebayo, news of the picketing of the offices and disruption of our operations of one of our members has been brought to our attention. ALTON is very concerned about this unfortunate development. The Africa Trade Insurance Agency, a Pan-African institution that provides risk solutions to companies, investors, and lenders interested in doing business in Africa, has just announced that its General Assembly has approved its first ever payment to shareholders. The announcement comes on the heels of ATI's annual general meeting held in Abidjan, where the company also announced its record-breaking 2017 financial results for the 6th consecutive year. ATI has earmarked an initial $2.5 million in payments to its shareholders, which include 14 African member governments. We have been planning for this moment for several years, and I'm happy to finally announce that we are ready to give something back to our shareholders, the company's CEO, George Otieno, noted. The African Development Bank on Tuesday pledged to work with multilateral institutions and private sector operators to assist Nigeria bridge the infrastructure gap in the country. Nigeria's cumulative infrastructure financing needs, estimated at about $100 billion annually, are projected to reach $3 trillion by 2044. The Senior Director, AFDB Nigeria, Ebrim Afal, said during the Africa Investment Forum Roadshow in Abuja that the bank would help the country develop investment-ready projects for investors, fund managers, and others. The roadshow is a forerunner to the Africa Investment Forum the bank is planning for November 7th to 9th in Johannesburg, South Africa. The AIF is an investment marketplace to showcase key projects currently under development and assess how those projects will be financed, operated, and delivered successfully to maximize efficiency and project success. Hopes for the establishment of a diamond mine in Kothing have been shut down after the prospecting company discovered that the deposits in the area do not warrant for viable commercial mining. Mohokare Mining Company obtained a 2-year license in 2015 to prospect along the banks of the Senku River. Last September, the company secured a 1-year extension that expires next month. It says it has decided to stop its operations on the expiration of a license. In a letter seen by the Lesotho Times, the company informed the district administrator of Kothing about its decision to discontinue operations, although it did not disclose the reasons. The Mohokare Mining Company Limited, doing diamond prospecting project at Sebapala, Ranleku, intends to close down the operation by the end of August 2018. Part of the letter reads. On that note, we draw the curtains on this week's episode of Africa in 10 minutes. Let's take a recap of the stories. The Botswana Power Corporation signs a GE Power contract. Tony Elumelu Foundation signs research partnership agreement with French Development Bank. MTN in Nigeria may shut down network over NLC picketing. African Trade Insurance Agency to pay $2.5 million in dividends. AFDB pledges to assist Nigeria bridge infrastructure financing gap. And diamond prospectors shut down operations in Lesotho. You can send in questions, make comments, and keep up with the news on our various social media channels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our page on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and connect with us on LinkedIn. You can also visit www.footprint2africa, where these stories were called from. Footprint to Africa, business news made in Africa, by Africans, for Africa.